So the kids, because we've been doing this tea thing, they've actually really gotten into, the process of drinking tea, which I thought was adorable and awesome. And so I set up this little area in the kitchen with like an old Keurig that we had so they could brew their tea. And I put a little pot of sugar out there for them and told them, okay, no more than just like a little spoonful for each cup of tea. Like that's more than enough, whatever. And they're like, okay, yes, I will do that, whatever. And I thought that they were true to their word. And technically they have been true to their word. They've only been putting like a little spoon of sugar into their tea. But I was just walking out here to film and I walked by Soap and Clay Kidlet number 2 with a spoon in the little jar of sugar. Gross. And so like now I'm just thinking they can't be trusted with delicious sugar just lying around. And I have to figure out a new solution that doesn't involve single-use sugar packets because that seems wasteful and weird, but it doesn't matter. They would still open that up and shove it down, whatever. Not the point of today's video. Today's video is amazing and awesome, and it does involve tea, just not copious amounts of sugar. And I'm going to tell you more about that soap and all the things in just a minute. But before I do, hello, hi, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 82 of 365 days of soap, and we are doing my favorite tea in this line because it is a carrot cake tea. And I love carrot cake. It's my most favorite cake in the whole entire world. So I was very, very excited to make a soap from a carrot cake tea and make it look like carrot cake. That's what we're doing today. But the video can get long because layers, like a cake, has lots of layers. So let's go to the video and we'll talk more about the tea and all the jazz. There. Wow, this is kind of a longer video than the other 2 tea soaps. What's going on with that? It's weird. Why is this one longer? Oh, got it. Cool. It's longer because I'm doing layers. Because this is the carrot cake. And so I decided to make the soap look like a carrot cake. Which is cool, right? Look at that. Look how cool that tea looks. Like, that's amazing, right? So same process. If you missed the first 2. Also, don't do that. Keep your hands out of your life. This is one of those do as I say, not as I do moments. You do not need to put your hands in your lye. I mean, it's gloved, so I'm fine. But you don't need to do that. Twice. You don't need to do that. That's not necessary. Don't do that. That's your safety tip for the day. Moving on. Same process with the tea. You steep the tea. You cool the tea. You know, the water that you've now turned into tea. You drain the things out of the tea. You put the lye into the tea. You stir it. It heats up. You let it cool. And then you soap with it. It's cool. Now again, this one is a carrot cake. It is a carrot cake herbal tea from Plum Deluxe. Their website is plumdeluxe.com. And I love the description for this. So it says, if you like to drink your dessert, then you're going to love our carrot cake herbal tea. You are speaking my language, Plum Deluxe. Tell me more. An invigorating blend of carrots and nuts on a base of pleasing green rooibos. What is that? How do you... I'm saying it wrong. Rooibos. Tell me. Somebody will tell me. Write it out phonetically. Thank you. This sweet treat is even sweeter, knowing it doesn't have any calories or guilt. I am here for that, for both of those things. Carrot cake is actually my most favorite thing in the entire world. Every birthday, from earliest memory, I have always had a carrot cake. And my mom used to be the one that did that, right? I would get a carrot cake for my birthday, and she would make chicken fried steak. Two things I now have learned just this year, literally, she hates. She hates making both of those things, I'm sure, but she super hates making chicken fried steak. Hates it. And that is my favorite meal, and carrot cake is my favorite dessert, and she has done that for me every single year that I've been alive. Now Mr. Soap and Clay does it, right? We went to the castle, but also took my parents and my brother and his wife to the castle this year for my birthday, and it was awesome. But Mr. Soap and Clay made sure that we had a carrot cake there for that, and that was delightful. So he takes care of me now too. So carrot cake, awesome, love this. And the ingredients in this are carrot flakes, the green rooibos, help me, pineapple cubes, apple pieces, almond pieces, walnut pieces, coconut pieces, cinnamon clove, carrot and nut essences. Holy shit, a lot goes into that tea. That is amazing. So, no caffeine. It can be quite sweet on its own depending on your brewing method and time. Give it a try without sweetener first. A splash of milk can give you the cream cheese frosting feeling of cake, but without the guilt. Amazing. Amazing. And that soap batter is already like much lighter than the other two that we've played with, right? That's cool. I love that. Now, for this, it's set, yeah, so we should... We might need to revisit the whole, check marks and X's thing, because I'm still very confused about that, for sure. Anyway, we already did that in the last tea video, the blackberry tea. So, go join the conversation over there. That's fun. Anyway, for this tea steeping, I didn't actually do this one. This was the Soapprentice's first experience with this. She asked if I needed anything prepped for the next day, and I gave her some instructions via text. I'm like, yep, do this for like the tea thing, like water, hot, tea, whatever. And she immediately texted me when she did this one, and she's like, oh my god, this smells exactly like zucchini bread. And I went, well, that's fun. Okay, cool. So what am I gonna do for, I'm also putting in, that rooibos. Rooibos. I'm a smart person, but I don't know how to say that word. And I thought that would be a fun play, instead of making it smell like a carrot, because what the shit does that smell like? Doing like a baked goods kind of thing. Okay, that was legitimately stupid. Because carrot cake is also a baked good. So that's fun. Cool. Anyway, Soapprentice said zucchini bread. And so I'm like, well, cool, interesting. What do we do for that? And so instead of doing... Because I don't have a carrot cake scent in the shop. Because I don't want to try to eat my soap. Like, this is my obsession with carrot cake. I'm actually very concerned that at the end of this, I'm going to want to eat this soap. I mean, not literally, because, I'm like a grown-up and understand that soap is soap, and I don't have like pica or something. There's no reason for me to go eat like dirt or grass or soap. All of my nutrients are lined up. You get it. But anyway, I don't have a carrot cake scent was the point. And she said zucchini bread, and I'm like, okay, well, I can do something with that. So I actually did a blend for the scent. It's an oat milk and honey from Brambleberry that's been in my shop for like a million years, because whatever, it needs to be mixed with something else. But then I mixed it with a Cinnabon from Nature's Garden. And it's a cool scent. I think this totally works. It has the good spices that you would put in a banana bread or a zucchini bread or a carrot cake. You know, all of those really cool cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves type spices, but also with the milk and honey to make it smell kind of sweet, right? And also because all of those other scents, A, they're very overpowering, but two, if you use them in too high of a quantity. Now the Cinnabon scent from Nature's Garden, it is completely skin safe, and I don't know what the max usage is, but it's above what I normally soap at anyway. So weirdly, it's a safe one to use, but I don't know. Anytime that I'm messing with anything cinnamon, I always cut it with something else anyway, because that's one of the things that people are usually pretty sensitive for, or sensitive to. And so I cut it with something else anyway. So oat milk honey and the Cinnabon scent. And it's delightful. It totally smells like a baked good. And if you hear me like, you know, making weird noises with my mouth right now, yeah, I'm eating dinner. Yeah, I am. It's 82 days into year 2, and this is the first time you've heard it, but I'm hungry. And I'm making a soap that looks and smells like carrot cake. Okay? I have to eat something. It's all a thing, and I'm allowed to eat. I have to live my best life too. Or just life, like I have to live. Because if you don't eat, you will die. So, people that don't like, you know, food sounds, I'm sorry. This is not the video for you. Anyway, with this batch, I split it into 2 separate sections. And so like 2/3 of the batter was tinted like, not an orange, not like a carrot orange, but like what carrot cake looks like when it's cooked, right? And the other third went white-ish. You know, it's tea soap. I'm hoping it's going to lighten up in saponification. The other 2 sort of, one of the 2 definitely did. But, you know, the second one did too. It just, that blue or purple or whatever I was going for with that, it kind of stayed green. It was weird. But, so I'm doing layers, like you see in a carrot cake, right? And then I put the green rooibos. Save me from myself, somebody, please. Please. It literally exists in my shop, and I don't know how to pronounce it. Thing is, I don't know how to pronounce most things, because I am like a big reader, and I'm also a big talker, but the majority of the words that I know in my life, I saw for the first time in a book, and most of the time I'm pretty good about pronouncing words. That was funny. But, you know, sometimes I'm hung up on ones, and usually it's because I read them for the first time instead of hearing them, right? Make sense? Anyway, that's why I put that into the orange section, to show the kind of spices that go into the cake part of a carrot cake. And then the white is meant for the cream cheese frosting, and it's all a thing, for sure. And I'm wondering how many times I'm going to manage to keep my face in this video and have to go back and re-edit. So, you know, hold please, gotta do another one. You didn't actually see my nose in this because I edited it out. I turned off the audio and went back and took my nose out of it. But my head and my nose has been all up in this pour. It's actually kind of annoying. So, sorry if you manage to see my nose in this and it affects your soaping experience, maybe. Whatever. Anyway, point. Carrot cake. Amazing. This tea smelled amazing. And then the soapprentice got really, really excited about this because I told her, I'm like, you know what we're doing for the next live? And she's like, no, what? And I'm like, well, I was planning on drinking tea, like these teas, because they sent me, Plum Deluxe sent me tea to make with and also tea to drink. And that's cool. And so I was planning on doing this with Mr. Soap and Clay, thinking the soapprentice did not drink tea. And then I learned something new about her. And just when I thought there was nothing else new to learn about her, like I thought I knew everything about her, I didn't. She loves tea. She loves tea. And so she got big excited. And so she's going to be around for the next live. And we are going to drink tea. Fancy tea. Not celestial seasonings tea. Fancy tea, which I love. I love fancy tea. I collect fancy tea. But then I'm that person that like feels bad about drinking the fancy tea. And so it just stays in my cupboard until it's stale. And then by the time you try it, well, it doesn't taste any better than the celestial seasonings tea because it's stale. So that's stupid. Don't do that. Don't be like Mrs. Soap and Clay. Drink your fancy tea when it's fresh. That's the point. And that's what we are going to do with this tea. And I'm super excited. And so is the Soapprentice because she loves tea. And she got big excited when she got to brew up this tea. And that's cool. I'm looking forward to that. But she said zucchini bread. She says it smells like zucchini bread. And I haven't tasted it, but based on those soap notes, stop it. Those tea notes, right. It's already sweet. And so that's awesome. I don't put sugar in my tea anyway. Like when I'm sick, I'll do honey. So like for the last, 4 or 5 days, 6 days, feels like a million days, I've been super sick and I can't breathe and my throat's on fire. Yeah, you're going to hear about it again. I'm sorry. But I put honey in my tea in those moments. And that's it. I usually don't sweeten my tea. So I'm interested to taste this one based on the tea notes, the flavor notes, the flavor profile, not the soaping notes. This is my life. It's nothing but soap. To the point where, whatever, yep. The scent notes on this, no, the flavor notes, they're all great, cool. This is the life of soapers. Everything is based on, what. Anyway, not the point. So this is the last layer here, which I'm really happy about because anyone who's, for those soapers or sudsers that have followed my channel for a while, you know how much I hate layers. I hate them. I hate them so much. Such a long process to make layers. It really is. And I'm trying to do something fancy here. I'm trying to put some carrots on the top of the soap because you know how carrot cake, the stuff that you buy from the store, mostly not the stuff that someone makes for you though, right? Because that's extra time and extra love to do that, right? It has the little carrots in frosting on the top and it's adorable. But I didn't want to like make soap dough or whatever. And so at the beginning of this, I just poured a little bit of soap out into 2 little beakers and wow. Gonna lose the camera there. Maybe I did lose the camera. Look at that. That was a weird jump cut. Cool. Anyway, I didn't want to make soap dough with this. And so I just poured a little bit of the soap batter out at the beginning of the pour and colored it the right colors to just kind of paint it on the top using a skewer because that's the easiest way to do it. And that soap batter actually stayed very, very fluid for a very long time. So if I were actually reviewing a company, like a scent company, I'd be like, yeah, damn, use this. But it's a mix of 2 scents from 2 different companies. And I've already used both of those scents. And so is probably everybody on the planet. So, but if you haven't, hey, milk and honey plus Cinnabon from 2 different companies, great. Works really well. Extends trace like a mother. Who knew? Anyway, this is going into the oven for C-pop and gel, and I can't wait to cut into my carrot cake. Those carrots do not look like carrots. They look like chili peppers. Like chilies, not like the red hot chili peppers. I don't like them. I don't like those guys. There's some cool glycerin rivers in there. I love that. That's fun. That is so cute. Oh my god, look at that. Look, you got the cream cheese in the middle of the carrot cake and still looks like a chili pepper. You wrap a band around it that says it's carrot cake tea soap and people will see carrots on that. and it smells like some kind of baked good, like zucchini bread or carrot cake. So the mind totally fills in blanks, but that's very cute. I like that, even with the funny chili peppers on the top. They're carrot-esque. It's fine. I'm good at lots of other things, like formulating recipes and eating carrot cake. But those are delightful, and the smell actually is really good. That's a good blend with the cinnamon and the oat milk and honey for sure. And this lather, I don't know if I do a lather test on this one, but I've done a lather test, and it is beautiful, just like the first 2 bars. And so again, this is an herbal tea. There's no black tea in it. So we didn't see any of the tannins or any things going on in that. No black tea, no green tea, none of that stuff. But lather's great for the herbal teas as well as the black teas and whatever, all the jazz. And that's delightful. That is day 82. That is the carrot cake soap made out of carrot cake tea. And it is something pretty awesome. And those soaps are adorable, even with my weird chili pepper looking carrots on top. They're totally cute, totally works. And that tea itself was crazy with the actual chunks of the carrots inside of it. Plum Deluxe does really good teas. I'm loving everything that they sent through and everything I see on their website. It's so beautiful. It's so gorgeous. It makes, like, I want all of it. I want to just start collecting teas at this point. It's wild. So if you are interested in trying their teas and collecting the teas, you can go there, plumdeluxe.com, and you can use coupon code SOAPCLAY10, SOAPCLAY10, for 10% off of your purchase. You should do that thing. Get the carrot cake one. It's amazing, for sure. Yes. And yeah, that's the 3rd. We will be doing one more tea soap tomorrow, and then we have a special fun announcement tomorrow too. So definitely come back and, check that out. If you would like to be reminded that you need to come back and check that out, you could click the subscribe button and the YouTube peoples will tell you when I post. So that would be awesome. If you have clicked the subscribe button, hey, thank you, Sudzers. You're awesome. I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of tea-related soapy fun. Bye.